Hey there, Divine Wisdom Seekers. Let's do a divine healing session, a timeless divine healing session. Lately, I've had several messages about our lineage, what we bear from our ancestors. And you see, there are so many things that are stored in our DNA, in our very cells, that influence the things we live, the way we react, and really our experiences in life in general, in our relationships, in our love relationships, but also in the way we let abundance flow inside of our lives, in the way we receive or not, in the way we love ourselves, in the way we sabotage ourselves. So I felt really strongly today about doing a divine healing session about that, and probably there will be some more, because we carry a lot of baggage. And I wouldn't say it doesn't, it's not our own baggage, because what I feel is that if we inherited some of that, if we were born in a particular family, there is no, I mean, things don't happen for a reason. We are here to solve the conflicts of the family. I think every soul that is born in any family is there to try to resolve the family's conflicts. So let's see what Divine Wisdom has to say about that. I'm asking for the cards to clarify something about our lineage, about our ancestors. And you see, there were for so many years, people have been living in, powerlessly, if I can say that, because for maybe the last 50 years, we are more free than maybe for centuries or millenniums humankind has been. We have the power to choose today that really lacked inside of our ancestors' lineage. So let's see, there were cards that just jumped on the floor. I think it will be the start of a story that Divine Wisdom wants to help us heal today. So please, Divine Wisdom, do you have some more information about what needs to be cleared? It's a healing session. It's not just a tarot reading, okay? So just by watching this video, what I channel through this reading is also healing. Okay, this is about this one. All right. First we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups is a woman, but okay, in those general readings, women energies in cards can also be about men. So even if you are a man, don't bother about that. It's the energy of the card that will be watching. So this woman, as you see, what jumps to me today is that she has both her feet, which we don't see, but both her feet are into water. There's some kind of a pond there. And her eyes are closed. So, what comes to me when I see that is that water represents emotions. This woman has both her feet in emotion. And I think she closes her eyes to try to forget about all that overwhelming of emotions. And even though she seems quite calm and, paused, I don't feel it's really the case. And she's in reverse. So that means for me today in this reading that even though she's trying to deal with those emotions, she is having really a hard time doing it. And in history, emotions weren't really welcome. I mean, today we are really lucky because we have the opportunity for self-expression and to acknowledge our emotions and what we own inside of ourselves, what we feel. But not so long ago, it wasn't really the time for that. I mean, emotions were in the way. And then we have the Nine of Swords, which you can see clearly is about fears. Lots of fears and not knowing what to do with those. And then we have the Six of Cups in reverse. And the Six of Cups is the card of feeling nostalgia, reflecting on the past and, missing those great memories. And what I feel, it's in reverse. So what I feel is that this might have been some kind of an escape to, create some kind of a fantasy for those people in our ancestry lineage to cope with what they had to deal with. There is lots, what I feel is that there is lots of, eyes closing and, making as if everything was okay. Things had to be repressed a lot. So this reading is really about that energy. So let's see. Oh, I was asking for clarifiers and one just turned around with a couple more. So let's see about that. What's this all about? What we can do today, because the goal of this reading is to acknowledge those energies and to take back our own power to overcome them, not to be the slave to them, and not being, forced to stay in that line of thinking and that line of acting, which always will give back the same results that our ancestors lived, the same blocks and the same limits in power, the same lacks of choice. Today we are so lucky we have the choice. So the card that turned upside is the Ace of Swords. And for me, the Ace of Swords is the truth card. It's the new truth. I feel this one as to acknowledge our power. This is a new energy coming in. And you see that this is the victory energy. I mean, look at that. It's kind of, I won it. I did it. I overcame it. So we do have the power to be aware of the energies that came down through our family to us, but we are not slaves to those energies, and we have the choice to do something else about them instead of being the victim of them and being forced into those kind of emotions. Then what came out too is the Temperance card in reverse. The Temperance card is also, well, if it's upright, it speaks about divine timing and divine help. But what I feel about this one today for this reading is that there is power in this card. It's our divine power. It's our, confidence in being able to rise up and speak our truth and be whoever we want to be. But it's in reverse. So there was this, it speaks about balance too. And how could balance occur in the past when, let's say, someone had to do his father's work because it was running in the family? What choice could occur if there was, I don't know, a religious person needed in the family and it had to be you because it was just like that? You had no choice but to follow the rules. What choice could occur when you had to marry someone because this choice was made for you, and because you had to, go out of the family home because you were old enough to live by yourself? So balance wasn't a thing that was really, lived at large in many, many years before us. So in reverse, it speaks of unbalance. It speaks of being powerless to choose whatever we felt we could have chosen, and having to follow the family tree, having to follow the family traditions. There were so many important traditions. I mean, you couldn't step away from traditions or religion in many eras, in many years, because it was the norm. You had to follow the norm. So we'll be clearing and healing all that today. And then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And the Four of Pentacles, when it's upright, it speaks about clinging on to things, holding on to things, grasping harshly, wanting to keep things close. And it's a good thing that's in reverse, because this speaks about releasing. So I was just saying that we were clearing this all about what I talked about today. So this is really clarifying this today. Now we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the card of working hard, getting better at what you do. And what I feel is also with the whole reading, it speaks about making the choice to do something you love in your life and for your life, and not just about work. I feel it really in general. Pentacles usually are about work or money, but with this reading, I feel it's, generally speaking, also about relationships, even though this card traditionally isn't speaking about relationships. But this is being dedicated to success and to do something great in this world. And I feel it, the last cards, the last three cards that I'm talking about here, those two, the last two and the next, what I feel is really what happens when we step out of those energies, of those past energies that are still present in ourselves. So they still affect us in many ways. And then we have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is great because it's the one that owns his power. It's the one that has success and has achieved great things in his life. The one that is proud of himself. He shines the energy of abundance and wealth and, you know, feeling great about himself because he is success. So this is what's possible when we get rid of all those past energies. And I feel like picking up one more card from the Healing Yourself deck, I think it's called. The one that I use mostly in the Divine Daily Love readings. But since it speaks of healing, I think it will be appropriate for this reading too. And we have wonderful Alchemy. Why doesn't it surprise me at all? Alchemy is the art of transforming negative energies into positive energies. That's exactly what we're doing today. So what I feel led to do here is just take a moment and breathe deeply a few times, and through your expirations, expire with your mouth, and we'll ask all parts of ourselves, all of our cells which hold our DNA, to release through our expirations all those past energies that were passed on from our ancestors to ourselves, and that we can, by choice, by our consciousness, with our consciousness, we can use our consciousness and our awareness today to choose, to be aware of those energies and choose to not be their slave anymore, to choose not to have them influence our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions, and so our results today. So let's expire all those energies. Let's send them back to the universe so they can be alchemized and transmuted, because what transmutes energies is love. So let's rise our vibrations, even if you don't know how to do that. Just let this intention arise inside of yourself. Let this intention of raising your vibration just be there inside of yourself. And this is through unconditional love and joy and peace that it's possible. So thank you, because we do this all together. We, you and I, and everyone, every light being connected to us today, because we're never alone, is helping us to get rid of those energies, not because we refuse them or deny them or put them away, push them away, but because we transmute them with love, with unconditional love. Merci. Thank you for sharing this with me. And if you feel it helped you in any way, maybe it could help someone else too. So if you do feel like sharing this video, thank you very much. I thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart, because my goal here is to help as many people as possible. So I really want to make this channel grow. So if you feel like helping me doing that. I thank you. And thank you for your likes, your comments, and your subscribes. If you do like this new kind of readings, just let me know. I would really appreciate that. And now, sweet soul, with those weights that were put off today, go and line this world. Ciao.